Hello, I've decided to make a video on a little summon, the power of your own thoughts. I've just come back from a walk down at one of my favourite places to go for sunset. It's honestly amazing, still is, to be quite honest. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about a little summon. The power of your own thoughts. I think it ties quite well with something else I wanted to talk about, which is the law of attraction. So I had a primitive instinct just to make this video, so I'm gonna make it. But yeah, starters, what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is a philosophical principle. I like to think of philosophy as the study of life, because it is effectively just all about interpreting experiences and perception and how the universe works and about life, and answering the deeper questions of what's really going on. So yeah, I like to think of it as a study of life, and the law of attraction is a philosophical principle, and it is a law. It's the law of attraction. So it's not a theory, it's not a belief, it is a principle of life, and it applies to absolutely every individual, and also collectively to a certain extent. And yeah, the basis for the law of attraction is that it states that you always attract what you are a vibrational match to. Now, when I say vibrational match, every thought and emotion has a vibration. It's nothing we can see, and it's not anything we're taught about, but it's true. In fact, there are electromagnetic frequencies that I'm fairly certain they can be measured with the right equipment. I have no fucking clue what equipment that is, but I'm fairly certain it's true. And you can think of these vibrations or frequencies on a spectrum. So it's sometimes you might hear the term high vibration or low vibration. I've certainly heard it in a couple of songs, which I'm thankful artists actually know about this, and it's just not just me going fucking crazy. I know I'm not crazy, some people might not understand this, but I know for the fact I'm telling the truth. Everything in my videos is the truth, I'll never lie, which is important for future videos I'm gonna make about what is really going on at the moment in the world, which a lot of people are blind to. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting off topic. So you can think as a spectrum. Vibrations as a spectrum. You've got high vibrations, low vibrations. You can think of in the middle, you'd have neutrality and reason. Towards the top, you'd have what you typically associate with positive emotions. Gratitude, empathy, selflessness, contentment, bliss, joy, love. Towards the bottom, you've had what you typically associate with negative emotions, so fear, anger, resentment, guilt, shame, all of that. And yeah, so with the law of attraction applying that, every single reality has a vibration. So if you can use the law of attraction to attract a certain reality too. You can use it to manifest whatever you want, absolutely anything into your life. And I've said that to people. I've said it to people when they go and they've said, all right, well, I want money, so how am I just going to magic money into my life then? And it doesn't quite work like that. Manifesting is probably a video in itself. It's something that I'm no expert on. And usually the harder you try, the harder it is to actually manifest something. But it's definitely possible for absolutely anybody to do. The law of attraction, right? Yeah, so effectively, if you're trying to manifest money, quite often the backwards law would get in the way. So the more you actually want something, this is the backwards law, it applies to the law of attraction, is the more you actually want something, the more you are looking for something, the further away it gets from you, because you are adding resistance to it, attracting it by wanting it. Because if you want something, the more you want something, the more you're implying and reinforcing that you don't already have it. Now, I think this ties quite well into what I was talking about, what I wanted this video to actually be about, which was the power of your own thoughts and how your thoughts affect your body. Sorry, my mind's gone blank. My train of thought might come back. Maybe. Right. Sorry about that. I think I might be able to pick up where I left off. When you focus your attention on specific imagery with connected thoughts and emotions, you can actually trick your body and your brain into thinking your inner experience is actually an outer experience. So it can make physical changes to your body. There was a study taken at the Cleveland Clinic. It was a pioneering study. I forget how many participants. I think it was about 20 participants aged like 20 to 35. And all the participants over a 12-week period, 5 times a week, had to imagine themselves doing a bicep workout without doing any exercise or tensing their muscles whatsoever. And after the end of the study, the average growth in muscle strength for their biceps had grown by 13.5% without actually doing any physical exercise whatsoever. Which is pretty crazy if you ask me. Now, obviously, it does tie quite well. Obviously, it does make logical sense. We know that emotions are chemical responses to an experience we have. Doesn't matter whether it's an inner experience or an outer experience, emotions are the chemical feedback. And we know that different genes are produced, different genes do different functions for our body. Different genes are triggered, turned on, turned off, based on our environment. And since your emotions are effectively triggered from your environment, if you can manipulate your emotions, you can manipulate how your body works. Now, there's a specific study I wanted to talk about because I think it's quite relevant to what's going on at the moment with all the fear that's going on, all the fear that's being spreaded by the mass media, by the people running the world at the moment, and by a lot of people in general. I think there's a lot of fear going on. I think that's fairly safe to say. I know there's a lot of people that's focusing on love, which is great. Because it's almost like there's a war going on that nobody really knows about, which is the war between fear and love. Fear and love. Now, before making me sound too crazy, I know I'm not crazy. I know everybody's a little bit crazy, and I'm just less afraid to express that. But yeah, so back onto topic, this video. This study by someone called Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has been a neuroscientist studying epigenetics, neuroscience obviously, physiology, psychology, hypnotism, I think a couple other things, for over 30 years of his career, and he's devoted his life to teaching people how to use their thoughts to live the life they want to live. In one of his workshops, he did a study based on how if elevated emotions could improve your immune system. Obviously, having an improved immune system is quite the asset at the moment with this coronavirus going around. And all I see is obviously fear and blame being spread, and that just causes anger and more fear and anxiety. So obviously, if his study's right, then it's saying that we are doing things completely wrong by spreading all this fear and anger and blame. But in the study, it had 117 participants over a 4-day workshop. They measured the levels of immunoglobulin A from a saliva sample at the start of the workshop, and then measured it afterwards. Immunoglobulin A is the protein that are the proteins that are used to strengthen your immune system in your body, and it is your body's primary defense system. Prioritizes it over any flu shots or vaccines you have in your body. Just saying, I'm not an anti-vaccine. I was a bit skeptical at the start, but I would never tell anyone not to take a vaccine. But all I'm saying is your immunoglobulin A is more powerful than that. Obviously, if you have higher levels of it. And in this workshop, they did, over the 4 days, I think it was a 10-minute meditation every day, focusing primarily on elevated emotions and then measuring how it affected your immune system. So they're measuring immunoglobulin A, or IgA, and at the end of the study, so in their elevated emotions meditations, they were focusing on feelings of gratitude and love and joy, I think, primarily anyway. And by the end of the study, the average increase in immunoglobulin A over all of the participants the levels had increased by 49.5%. 49.5%. So I think it's pretty safe to say it significantly boosted all the participants' immune systems. There was another study done by the same guy, Dr. Joe Dispenza, about how cortisol affects the immune system. Cortisol is the stress hormone. And he found out that elevated levels of your stress hormone actually decrease your immune system's response and strength. It weakens your immune system. So it's completely the opposite of immunoglobulin A. And in this study that he did, they were also measuring cortisol levels, which decreased by 16.25%. Now, when you think about that, and then you think about what's really going on at the moment with all blame being spread, and all we're seeing on the media is about catastrophes going on all over the world. Now I see people that are scared to walk on the same side of the pavement as other people. And I just think people are being brainwashed to be fearful with what's going on at the moment, which is causing them to have a weakened immune system, which is making this virus more dangerous. So then the media can then make it seem more dangerous. I think I'm going to have to talk about this in another video with what's really going on at the moment, because it's something I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I don't feel like enough people are talking about. And I don't care what people think about me. I know there's a lot of people that are fully for it, and fully for the vaccine, and fully for the vaccine passes, but I really think that's a route that should be scary for a lot of people, because that is not a route that I think we should be heading down collectively for anyone at all, to be quite honest. But yeah, I think this video is getting a bit longer than I wanted it to be, so I might just leave it there. I think I've talked about what I wanted to talk about for the most part. So yeah, and the sun's going down anyway, but I might have to make another video at some point if there's anything significant that I've forgotten. So yeah, nice one.